Despite an overwhelming negative review campaign by internet trolls, Captain Marvel blew open the box office after a lackluster New Year at the movies. Captain Marvel's opening weekend in the United States was $153 million, and worldwide was $450 million. That is the biggest domestic opening since last year, with The Incredibles 2 making $182 million in June 2018, and Black Panther making $202 million in February 2018. One of the major complaints about Brie Larson was a complete lack of emotions throughout the movie, especially when men were telling her character, Captain Danvers, to stop being so emotional. After seeing Captain Marvel on opening weekend, I thought Brie Larson's emotional performance was spot on. Most people would not recognize that Captain Danvers was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. My name is cdreimer and welcome to my channel. If you have not yet seen Captain Marvel, stop watching this video and go see the movie first. I've worked with a lot of ex-military in my government tech job for the last 5 years. Most are great people who have their lives put together. Others are functional adults who have checked out a long time ago. Please note that I'm not a doctor in real life. I just play one on YouTube. My opinion of a fictional character experiencing PTSD is just an opinion and does not represent medical fact that can apply to a real person. If you are suffering from PTSD, please seek professional medical attention in the real world and not from YouTube, Facebook, or other social media. I will be using Wikipedia for a simplified 2-sentence definition of PTSD that matches the circumstances presented in Captain Marvel. The first sentence describes what PTSD is, and the second sentence describes the symptoms. Since the movie presents the 2 sentences in reverse order, I will start off with the symptoms of PTSD. Symptoms may include disturbing thoughts, feelings, or dreams related to the events, mental or physical distress, to trauma-related cues, attempts to avoid trauma-related cues, alterations in how a person thinks and feels, and an increase in the fight or flight response. When we first meet Brie Larson's character, she is known as Danvers, a blue-blooded Kree warrior in an elite military unit, fighting the Skrulls, green-skinned shapeshifters that look like goblins in Earth mythology. Danvers struggles with a recurring dream and memories from a past life that she does not remember living. The dream has her on a battlefield being confronted by a Skrull pointing a laser gun at her. The memories are that of being a fighter jet pilot, friends with another woman pilot and her young daughter, and an older woman whom she greatly respects, for some reason, on a less technologically advanced planet than the Kree homeworld. Danvers impulsively runs toward battle, without fear of death and with a strong sense of righteousness, and finds it difficult to control the proton blasts from her hands. After a rescue operation for an undercover Kree agent turns into a trap to capture her, the Skrulls uses a machine to look at her random collection of memories and tries to focus in on the older woman identified as Dr. Brie Larson. After destroying the Skrull spaceship in orbit around Earth, she crash lands in an escape pod inside a Blockbuster video store. The year is 1995 and you need the right stuff to survive on Earth. After hooking up with Nick Fury, an alien cat, the woman pilot and her daughter from her dreams, and the commander of the Skrulls, Danvers learns of her true identity as a U.S. Air Force pilot, Captain Danvers, and remembers the events that trigger her PTSD. The second half of Captain Marvel switches from the symptoms of PTSD to what PTSD is. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental disorder that can develop after a person is exposed to a traumatic event, such as sexual assault, warfare, traffic collision, or other threats on a person's life. 6 years earlier, in 1989, Captain Danvers and Dr. Larson were flying in an experimental fighter jet when attacked and forced down by alien fighter spaceships. After surviving a crash landing, Captain Danvers discovers that Dr. Larson is not human, but a blue-blooded alien called a Kree. After Dr. Larson is killed by a laser beam, Captain Danvers is confronted by the Kree commander, pointing a laser gun at her. Captain Danvers destroys the engine of the experimental fighter jet, powered by the Tesseract, otherwise known as the Space Stone, to prevent it from falling into enemies' hands. That resulting blast infuses her with the power of the Tesseract, to not only have proton blasts from her hands, but also become one of the most powerful women in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Kree commander takes her prisoner, replaces her red blood with blue blood, brainwashes her with a false memory, and trains her as a member of his own team to fight against the Skrulls for 6 years. Returning to the present in 1995, she is captured by her former Kree team and confronted by the supreme AI of the Kree in the form of Dr. Larson and told why she is not good enough. Captain Danvers remembers all the time that she has failed at doing something as a child, teenager, and young woman, told by a male why she was not good enough, and she got up every time to prove them wrong. At that moment, the personality of Burrs and Captain Danvers merges into the person that becomes Captain Marvel. That is bad news for the Kree arriving in orbit above Earth. Captain Marvel finds resolution in sparing the life of her former Kree commander and telling him that she has nothing to prove to him. Do you need to know that Brie Larson's character is suffering from PTSD to enjoy the movie? Not really. Captain Marvel is a popcorn movie, and popcorn movies are best watched without applying critical thinking skills. Links to everything I mentioned in this video can be found in the description below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and click on the notification bell to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.